And welcome to another Cardinals Nest on HBC Channel 25. Dean Beckman along with St. Mary's Sports Information Director Donny Nadeau. This is the sports show on HBC devoted exclusively to St. Mary's University. And Donny, we have probably the busiest weekend of the entire fall season coming up this weekend at St. Mary's. It's Young Alumni Weekend and also M Club Weekend, where we'll induct some new honorees into the St. Mary's Sports Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's kind of an exciting weekend, and it's something that we started about 8 years ago. We'll have some alumni games. We've got a ceremony, as you said, inducting our 3 new people into the Sports Hall of Fame. We'll also award our outstanding male and female athletes from last year and really honor all of our student athletes for the accomplishments that they had last year. And it's a lot of fun. It's a very busy weekend, and we finish it off on Sunday with a number of alumni games, a big pig roast, and I know most of the people that come back have a great time. So it's a lot of fun, a lot of work for a lot of people behind the scenes, but overall, it's a huge enjoyment, chance to get some alums back and see campus and compete again. It's rather humorous to see some of them, put on the hockey equipment or hop on the volleyball court that haven't played in a while, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and Meg Richtman will be on our show here in just a little bit to talk more about the weekend. She was on last year. You must have been too easy on her, Donny, because she agreed to come back.
Yeah, in fact, she was very excited to come back, so we must have done something right. So it'll be fun to have Meg on, and as the alumni director, Meg has a huge contact with all of these alums, and anytime we can bring our alums back on campus and remind them of the great campus we have and the great facilities we have and how much fun that they had while they were on our campus. It's always a good thing for us, and they always seem to leave with a great feeling and wanting to come back. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year, and hopefully this will be the biggest yet.
Yep, and so we'll talk more about that with Meg later on, but now we'll take a look at this past week in St. Mary's University athletics, and Donny will begin with the volleyball team. They go into the season ranked 24th nationally in Division III, and that's where they're at. Again, they lost their season opening matchup, but came back strong in the home tournament, going 4-0 in that tournament, including a thriller against Loris, where they fell behind 0-2, came back to win 3-2.
Yeah, it was a great weekend for them, and really exactly what Coach Lester was hoping for. It was a chance for them to to play 4 matches in 2 days, and obviously they got tested in that final match against Loris, and they fell behind, and they showed a little bit of the character that this team is in battling back to win the match 3-2, and I know after the matches, talking to Coach Lester, he saw a lot of things that he expected. He saw some things that he didn't expect, and all in all was extremely happy with the performance. And obviously, Sarah Gardner isn't going to sneak up on anybody this year. She's a reigning All-American and had a fantastic tournament. She and Amy Kuyak were co-MVPs of the tournament, which is a huge honor for the two of them. And Sarah had a great tournament. Amy had a great tournament. Jess Made had a great tournament. It was top to bottom. It was some solid volleyball, and like you said, obviously the Cardinals did what they needed to do to maintain that number 24 ranking in the latest top 25 poll. So again, something that Coach Lester says is a nice honor, but really doesn't mean a whole lot to them other than the fact that they can say that they're ranked 24th.
Right, and Mike Lester, after the tournament, one of the things he said is Sarah Gardner had a great tournament because Brittany Cherwinka, the setter, had a great tournament. He really played up the play of Brittany in this
Absolutely. One. And he'll say all year long, as they're successful and as their hitters rack up some big numbers, it's because of the play of Brittany Cherwinka. And if she's on in the middle as a setter, then everybody else is going to be successful. And in volleyball, it's all about the passing and the setting, and then that leads to Amy or Jess or Sarah coming up with the kills. And I tell you, Sarah had a few kills this weekend that were just monsters. And it's a really neat. It was a neat weekend for her and Jess, in that both of them eclipsed the 1,000 career kill mark, which is really quite an honor, not only to have one, but to have 2 of them do it this early in the season. So it was another milestone that they achieved, and hopefully another stepping stone as they start getting ready to to get themselves set for the conference season, and then hopefully the conference tournament, and hopefully past that the NCAAs.
Let's go backwards a little bit. That season opening loss to Viterbo, while a little bit disappointing, maybe not a big surprise. Not only was it the season opener, but also the home opener, and so maybe a little bit of nerves as they were trying to impress for the big home crowd.
Absolutely, and one of the nice things about that match is while it does go on our record as a loss, when they start figuring in NCAA tournament berths and rankings and whatnot, that match won't count because Viterbo is an NAIA school. So, technically when they start talking about rankings and start talking about possible tournament berths, we're technically 4-0 rather than 4-1. So on our record it says 4-1, but when it comes to thinking through to the NCAAs, we're actually 4-0. So it was a great match in that it gave us a chance to get our feet wet. And obviously, very much disappointment in losing that match, especially in front of a great home crowd. But, it was a good chance for them to get their feet wet and get ready for the tournament, which obviously it did exactly what it needed to do because they really played very well over the weekend.
Right, and now another tournament this weekend. They travel down to Iowa and the Wartburg Invitational. Always good teams in that as well.
And it's a very big tournament, and they'll face Wartburg and they'll face Nebraska Wesleyan University, two very, very good volleyball powers, and will be very big games in terms of regional rankings and again spots in the AVCA poll. So those are two of the 4 matches in that tournament, and they'll be very big for them. They'll also play Maryville out of Missouri, and they'll also play Buena Vista. So 4 games this weekend, and then they get ready to open up their conference season.
One more thing on volleyball. You talked about Sarah Gardner not sneaking up on anyone. Jessica Mate not probably going to do that. How about Amy Kuyak, co-tournament MVP, as you pointed out? Usually doesn't get as much press as Sarah and Jessica, but she's a junior now and has had a strong 2 seasons prior to this.
Yeah, I think she's going to be another one that people really aren't going to be surprised when she starts rattling off 20-kill games because she is that good of a player. She's a force in the middle. She's been bothered by a few nagging injuries. She was last year and a little bit again this year, but overall she was a real force this weekend in the middle. And the one that really may sneak up on people is Carissa Hahn. Carissa had a career night the first night of the tournament against St. Scholastica, having 11 kills in that match, and Carissa didn't have any kills last year as a spot player, and she really is coming on and is going to be one of those people that I know Mike's going to be looking for to hopefully provide some offense when maybe things aren't going quite the way Jess or Sarah or Amy need them to go.
All right, let's go now to men's soccer. And Donnie, the Cardinals last year had trouble scoring goals. They won a game over the weekend, 1-0, and then they burst out for a 4-goal game on Tuesday, only to lose that one 5-4, and so that had to be a little bit disappointing for Coach Dembeck.
Yeah, actually, you took the words right out of Chris's mouth. Coach Dembeck said it was a very disheartening game because anytime that you score 4 goals in a soccer game, you should be talking about a victory. And unfortunately for the Cardinals, it wasn't that way. They fell behind 2-1 in the first half, and then gave up 3 goals right away to start the second half, and we're down 5-1. Came back, got a couple of goals from Jermaine Venter and another from Steve Boosie to get it to 5-4, but they couldn't quite get that tying goal, and so unfortunately saw their record fall to 2-2. Team is doing some very good things. Like you say, they need to get that offense going, and hopefully that's a sign of what they did on Tuesday night. Is hopefully the offense is getting back on track or getting on track. And now what they need to do is shore up the defense a little bit. Obviously, you can't give up 5 goals in a game and hope to win too many. So they need to get everything clicking on on all cylinders. The first 3 games of the season, they played very well defensively, weren't getting the goals that they needed, and now it's been vice versa. So they still need to put it all together.
Right. One more non-conference game at home on Saturday against Superior, and then the conference season begins already next week against Bethel.
Yeah, it'll be a big match against Superior. I know Coach Dembeck is hoping that they can use that match as the springboard as they get into the conference season, and that hopefully will rebound from the Crown game and play very well against Superior again at home. That'll be the 4th game in 5 that they get to play on their home field, and the fans have been fantastic, and I know that the guys love to play in front of them, so hopefully they'll put on a good show on Saturday and then be ready for hitting the road on Tuesday night against Bethel.
Right. And the women's soccer team, they lost their opener at River Falls, but came back for a couple of home games this weekend, winning big, both times 7-0, to improve to 2-1 on the season.
Yeah, you talk about getting your offense on track. Scoring 14 goals in 2 games is outstanding, but I also know that Coach Zimmerman isn't going to get too pumped up about that. He knows that they've got a lot tougher opponents in the future, beginning actually tonight as we're taping. They're at UW La Crosse. And so that's a big match for them, and they need to be ready to go. Obviously, Amy Sibic continues to put goals in at phenomenal clip. She had 6 goals over the weekend, and Amanda Rahman is playing very well. And so they're getting some offense from people that they expect to. Now the key is going to be is who's going to help them out, because obviously once they get into conference play, everybody knows who Amy Sibic is. Everybody knows that number 15 is going to be there, and she's going to be able to score her goals. They're going to try and shut her down. Who's going to be able to help her out and hopefully get some offense from some people other than Amy.
Yeah, they're at Bethel next Wednesday to start that conference play, at Luther on Saturday to wrap up the non-conference season.
Yeah, same thing with, that we talked about with the guys. Hopefully one more good non-conference game on Saturday. Luther's a very good team and will be an extremely good test for the Cardinals, and then they're off in conference play, and that's when it really starts being for real.
Donnie, just a little time left here in this segment. Let's go to men's golf quickly. They had a duel with McAllister, losing that one 318 to 354. But Ethan Austin, DJ Borgen, good showings for the Cardinals.
Yeah, pretty solid performances, and they had rounds in the mid-80s. Now, obviously, as we talk about golf, when you start talking about playing in the MIAC, mid-80s isn't going to be good enough to compete for any MIAC title. So what they need to do is get those scores to be lower. They need to be getting, at least 2 or 3 scores in the mid to high 70s, and then maybe throw in an 82 or an 83. Good first tournament for them, or a good first outing for them. I know Coach Stengel would like to see those scores be lower, so obviously that's what they need to shoot for, is to get those scores down, and they'll be able to start that this weekend at the Augsburg Invitational.
And in women's golf, they were at an Eau Claire Invitational. The women placed 19th there. Gia Pooch actually came in 19th. Overall in the individual standings.
Yeah,
so
no
again,
surprise there. Gia is a great golfer. She finished the fall season last year outstanding, shooting a 79 in the first round of the conference championships, and she came back and she had respectable scores in one in 91 and another 96. So she's right in there. Obviously she'd like to be in the mid 80s to low 80s, and has proven that she can shoot in those those low scores. So hopefully she'll be able to lower hers, and we'll get some help from a couple other ladies, and who knows what the ladies will be able to do. They have a good shot at hopefully climbing up the ladder.
And Donnie, finally in cross country, the St. Mary's men's cross country team for the first time winning the SMU Alumni Open.
Yeah, I know Coach Barrett was very happy about that. To get a first place, they'd never done that before, and they had some very solid performances. We're going to talk about David Feather all year long, and he was outstanding. Jake Traxler had a really good meet, and Peter Borish had a solid meet. On the women's side, I know that the big surprise, maybe to us and not to Coach Barrett, is Amy Spitzmuller, a freshman, was the top finisher for the Cardinals, and that was great to see. Joanna Pace had a really solid meet, and Emily D looks like she's back in at least 3/4 of healthiness. So hopefully she'll be able to continue to get healthy and close out her senior year on a very high note.
All right, that's going to do it for this segment. Stay tuned. We'll bring Meg Richtman on next to talk about the M Club weekend and Young Alumni weekend. Stay tuned here to the Cardinals Nest on HBC.
Sometimes life isn't about doing the popular thing or even the cost-effective thing. Many times it's simply about doing the right thing. When HBC did not receive the grant needed to construct a network in Minneska, we were disappointed. But we immediately went to the drawing board, and we are going to be delivering what we promised. Sometimes it's all about making the right decision. So welcome, Minneska.
Did you know there's one location where you can get free discount coupons for multiple Winona area businesses?
It's just a click away with my.hbci.com.
From discounts on food and beverages to repair services.
My.hbci.com has coupons we know you can use.
And getting the coupons couldn't be easier.
Go to my.hbci.com/coupons. Browse the page for the coupons you're looking for, click on the ones you want, and print.
It really is that easy.
Be sure to check back daily as new coupons are constantly being added and updated. Check it out and start saving today
with my.hbci.com. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a mobile phone company where you could actually get great customer service? Well, the wait is over. Full mobile phone service is now available at HBC. With plans starting as low as $40 a month on the nation's largest coverage map, HBC Mobile has a plan for everyone. Individual, family, data, they're all available. And they all come with the personal customer service you've come to expect from HBC. Stop in today at 58 Johnson Street, Winona to see how you can get a free phone. HBC Mobile. Service you can trust.
Here in Winona that was made to honor the vet Welcome to HBC Channel 25 News. I'm Dave Dickey. Thank you.
Aye, we're only through March, so you best be stopping in now.
HBC Channel 25, Dean Beckman, Justin Barrientos, and Paul Van Beek.
Did you know there's one location where you can get free discount coupons for multiple Winona area businesses?
It's just a click away with my.hbci.com.
From discounts on food and beverages to repair services.
My.hbci.com has coupons we know you can use.
And getting the coupons couldn't be easier.
Go to my.hbci.com/coupons. Browse the page for the coupons you're looking for, click on the ones you want, and print.
It really is that easy.
Be sure to check back daily as new coupons are constantly being added and updated. Check it out and start saving today.
With my.hbci.com. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a mobile phone company where you could actually get great customer service? Well, the wait is over. Full mobile phone service is now available at HBC. With plans starting as low as $40 a month on the nation's largest coverage map, HBC Mobile has a plan for everyone. Individual, family, data, they're all available. And they all come with the personal customer service you've come to expect from HBC. Stop in today at 58 Johnson Street, Winona to see how you can get a free phone. HBC Mobile. Service you can trust.
And we are back here on the Cardinals Nest on HBC Channel 25. Dean Beckman, Donny Nadeau, joined now by Meg Richtman, the Alumni Relations Director for St. Mary's University. Meg, thanks for being on the Cardinals Nest again this year and putting up with this guy especially. I know that's difficult for you.
Yeah, I know. When he asked, I thought, I don't know if I can handle Donny again, but I'm glad to be here. Thanks.
Yeah, and it's a busy weekend for you. I know you have tons of things to be getting to with Young Alumni Weekend, and that's for graduates from the past 10 years at St. Mary's, and also M Club Weekend, where we honor our current athletes and past athletes as well. So somehow you make it all come together on the same weekend.
Well, I'm not the only one involved, thank goodness. So, but no, our Young Alumni Coordinator, Sabrina Kelly, really makes a great effort, does a great job organizing our second annual Young Alumni Weekend. So we're really excited about it. We've got a couple hundred alums who will be in town for those activities. Our class of 2000 and 2005 are celebrating their 5 and 10 year anniversaries. That's the first time we've done that in the fall. So that's generated a lot more interest too in getting alums back. So so yeah, we're very excited. It'll be a great weekend with alums back on campus for a variety of reasons.
And Donny, as you know, a lot of those recent 10-year alums were athletes, and so they get to come back for Club Weekend as well.
Right, it is. It's an exciting weekend, and Meg, like we talked about in the earlier segment, it's a neat chance for people to get back on campus, kind of see the campus again, because it really has changed. What kind of feedback do you get? You know, we'll talk Young Alumni first, but what kind of feedback are you getting from people, and are they coming back year after year? More people coming back this year that were here last year?
Sure, yeah, we definitely have more people coming back. Having a second annual makes it, it was hard that first year just to get people aware that this was happening. But yeah, we definitely have more people coming back. What we're hearing is, I think students, as they're graduating, they realize this weekend is in existence. Because of the legacy of the Cardinal M Club, that's been an alumni weekend for them. Now actually really targeting those young alums with mailings and communications and activities, they really want to come back. They want a reason to come to Winona. I think overall what I hear from alums is, invite me back. I want to come back to this town. I want to reconnect with my friends and with the community. So those invitations have gone a long way, and people are very excited to come back. And we're seeing the recent alums are probably the largest population between the M Club and Young Alumni Weekend. Those in the last 5 years. I think that eagerness once you leave campus to come back as an alum and kind of say what you're doing, connect again, and I think just missing campus is really the strongest. But we get alums that we've got alums coming back from the 50s down. It just depends on what they're coming back for.
Talk a little bit about the M Club Weekend now and some of the things that are going on. Obviously, it starts Friday night with an alumni hockey game, and then Saturday's a busy day. Yeah,
Saturday's very busy. I have to kind of put a call out to our alumni board. Our alumni board also meets this weekend, and that's actually on purpose. So we start off our meeting at 7:30 on Saturday morning. So, thanks to all those board members for getting up early, and that's on purpose so that they can join in on the activities. So 10:30 we kick off the shotgun for the golf outing, and we'll see most likely about 120 golfers, so we're hoping that we'd be full again for that. And we end that golf outing with a large buffet dinner and bunch of raffle prizes and acknowledge all the people present and those who have donated to help fund our athletic department and this fundraiser. Following that golf outing, then we head back to campus where we're going to be there for our award ceremony for our current students and induct our new Hall of Fame recipients. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah, it is kind of exciting, and obviously those awards recipients, Tisha Smith-Devine, John Cheetah, and George Hoder, you know, two of those people are kind of near and dear to my heart, and Tisha and John, both members of the national championship team. Obviously, the phone calls were made to them. Can you kind of give us an kind of a feeling of what they were like when they found out they were being inducted?
Sure, those are always one of the funnest phone calls to make for me. It's really a heartwarming experience to call somebody and tell them they're being inducted to the Sports Hall of Fame. George Hoder is a class of '67. I think he was just blown away. I mean, really, he lives in Seattle. You know, he's been a leader for us for basketball. But you know, it's one of those alums that just kind of missed it over the years. We never got a chance to induct him, and he's excited about that. Actually, Pat Costello, a legendary basketball player at St. Mary's, will actually induct him, which is very exciting. It was a coach that he had while he was a student here. So to see that relationship continue over all these years is wonderful. So that was an exciting phone call. Tisha's was great. You know, Tisha's near and dear to me too, and you know, she was just thrilled. I don't think she really expected to be inducted this early. And John Cheetah was John, you know, as smooth as could be, and you know, he did not show much, you know, emotion because that's John Cheetah.
You know, what's really neat, and for those of you that don't know John Cheetah, John is a phenomenal coach and obviously an alum of St. Mary's. Now he's going to induct Tisha.
He is,
and,
yes.
and that's kind of neat too. I mean, they had a very special relationship. She obviously was the pitcher. She and Jill Hocking were the pitchers that really carried the team to the national championship. And you know, for John now to come back and be able to induct her and then be inducted himself, kind of a neat double up for him.
It really is neat, and that really shows to the strength of their relationship. I mean, that was one of his criteria, was that he really felt the passion to want to induct Tisha. And the other really neat relationship there is we've got Kelly King, class of '97, a classmate in front of mine, who's coming back to induct John Cheetah. And you know, that really, Kelly was one of those first players that he really transformed as a coach, and it shows his true potential as a coach. So to see those relationships and at that time, you know, in the late '90s, the early 2000s, and what happened with that softball program, and really to be able to see it on stage this weekend will be neat.
And you talk about those relationships, and really it kind of leads into Sunday. You have all these alumni games going on, you know, volleyball and baseball and softball and hockey and soccer. You know, those relationships, it really is a reason that they come back. And I know you talk about Kelly King. She's been here every year, and she's played every year, and it's that kind of thing that really makes that Sunday special.
It does. It really does. And actually, we see most of the alums there on Sunday. You know, they're around town, and they're at the award ceremony or at the gathering alumni on Saturday night, but really on Sunday is when you see them all, and you see the families, and you see the husbands and the spouses or the wives, and that's a really unique kind of opportunity for all of us to see each other and reconnect, and it's nice. We got faculty and staff that come on campus on Sunday, and it makes it kind of a nice ending to a very busy weekend.
And Meg, you're also coming off a busy week. We had a 1975 graduate of St. Mary's on campus as he received a presidential medal and also gave a speech to the current students. None other than John McDonough, the president of the Chicago Blackhawks, was just on campus.
Yeah, I mean, a very personal honor and privilege to be able to bring him to campus and have the opportunity to have the community embrace him and congratulate him for winning the Stanley Cup with his Chicago Blackhawks. It was, I think, one of the most special and unique and opportunities we had. It was neat to see the students really react so positively to him, and the message he sent through that convocation was strong, and it was very much a part of what St. Mary's is about, and it was very neat. So we were excited to have him and really appreciated him taking the time, and he spent a couple days with us, and that was really neat.
And you know, and not only that, not only did he speak at the convocation, he talked to business classes at St. Mary's. I mean, he really packed a lot of stuff in his time here.
He did. I mean, he spoke to business class. He spoke to our men's and women's hockey team, and that surprised them at their organizational meeting. He also took a few minutes out of his day and went down to Windcraft and met Dick Pope down there and spent some time, because the Blackhawks have a contract with them with their promotional items. Talked to some leaders in the Winona community about how to do certain leadership, and it was really amazing. The time and all the energy he has is really wonderful.
Well, and you know, too, and it's not just John McDonough. We have from all different classes throughout the year some incredible alumni, and you get the opportunity to connect with them, but that also makes your job difficult because it's who do you call on what day, right?
Yeah, it is. It's exciting. I think our alums are very passionate about St. Mary's. You know, unfortunately, we don't live where our alums are. You know, our campus here isn't where all of them are, but, you know, getting them back to campus as much as possible is very important, and those connections with faculty and with our students. And it's really, I mean, I can't tell it's a job, because it's really a delight to have these opportunities for these relationships with our alums. So yeah,
and you get there's some very nice gatherings too, and not just here. We talk about this weekend, which is really getting them here on campus, much the same way homecoming is. But you also spend a lot of time out in Chicago or out in St. Louis, Kansas City, places like that, where you're actually bringing St. Mary's to where our alums are.
Sure. We spend probably about, I would say, 25 events throughout the year that we go national. And we're in D.C. and we're in Florida, and we're a lot of time in the Twin Cities and Chicago. But yeah, we need to be with our alums. Our president, Brother William, you know, as you guys know, is wonderful, and getting him out to our alums and really sharing the stories of St. Mary's. And spreading the good word, and really talking about our vision. What are we trying to accomplish here? You know, we're coming up to our centennial. We'll be celebrating our centennial in a couple years, and really, it's time now to talk about the next 100 years, because that's what it's about. You know, it's about how can we, as a university, move forward into the next century, and what do we want to accomplish, and who do we want to continue to be, and it really is, it's amazing to see all the alums come out for the events that we do, and just the opportunity to visit with them and hear their stories.
All right, Meg Richtman, thanks for being on the show. Good luck this weekend. Have fun.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
All right, stay tuned. Donnie and I will be right back to wrap up the Cardinals Nest here on HBC.
Sometimes life isn't about doing the popular thing or even the cost-effective thing. Many times it's simply about doing the right thing. When HBC did not receive the grant needed to construct a network in Minneaska, we were disappointed. But we immediately went to the drawing board, and we are going to be delivering what we promised. Sometimes it's all about making the right decision. So welcome, Minneaska.
Did you know there's one location where you can get free discount coupons from multiple Winona area businesses?
It's just a click away with my.hbci.com.
From discounts on food and beverages to repair services.
My.hbci.com has coupons we know you can use.
And getting the coupons couldn't be easier.
Go to my.hbci.com/coupons. Browse the page for the coupons you're looking for, click on the ones you want, and print.
It really is that easy.
Be sure to check back daily, as new coupons are constantly being added and updated. Check it out and start saving today
with my.hbci.com.
And we are back here on the Cardinals Nest to wrap things up, and this is the segment of the program where we tell you about some of the other events going on campus, non-sports related. And one of the things happening is next Wednesday night. That'll be September 15th, where two legal experts will discuss electronic communications impact on Minnesota's open meeting law and data privacy standards. The event is planned for 7 p.m. That'll be in the Filio Recital Hall. The presenters will be Mark Anfinson, who is an attorney for the Minnesota Newspaper Association, and also Lori Beyer-Krapensky, the director of the Information Policy Analysis Division of the Minnesota Administration Department. And so that event is free, open to the public, and is being held in conjunction, Donnie, with Constitution Day, which is next week. And finally, season tickets can still be had for the 2010-2011 Page Series. That's available until September 17th. You can purchase tickets for any 3 Page Series events and receive a 10% off of the individual price. Returning subscribers receive 25% off individual prices. So individual tickets are now available through the box office or online, and you see the website to go to or the number to call right there. Donnie, what's your role this weekend with M Club Weekend?
You name it, I've got it. I'll be at the Alumni Games, and then out at the golf outing, probably taking pictures and video, and then at the Alumni Games on Sunday. So it's a full day for me, just like all of them.
Yep,
so.
action-packed, sounds
Absolutely.
fun, and we'll hear all about it on next week's show. Thanks for watching the Cardinals Nest here on HBC Channel 25.